My first guests are a couple of guys who work together, and you may wake up to them every weekday morning if you tune into their show. A bit like Ant and Dec, they come as a package. Let's welcome Foxy and Giuliano to Cuppa TV. Hi guys, welcome. Thanks so much for coming on Cuppa TV.
Hello, hello.
Welcome to Cuppa TV. How are you both?
Very well. Nothing like Ant and Dec.
Actually, yeah, see, I had to do that because I thought I've not seen you do anything that's not together.
If
do you see yourself as Ant and Dec?
No, because they're talented.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're a very, very pale, watered-down version of Ant and Dec.
Oh, and do you always work together?
I've worked with Foxy now for what, 8 years, 9 years?
Eight long, happy years in my life.
I used to read the news for him. I was a journalist originally, yeah.
Really?
He used to work with someone more talented than me, but they left and he got stuck with me.
So, Foxy, let's start with you.
Yes.
So, what's your first name?
John Daniel Fox.
Yeah. You know, I didn't know that, actually. I just call you Foxy until I did my research.
Someone once asked me, where'd you get your name Foxy from? And I'm like, what's my surname? Yeah.
Yeah,
So there's nothing more taxing than that.
And how long have you been together at Free Radio?
We've been at Free for
5 years now.
5 years.
5 years. Always doing the weekday show?
When we originally moved to Birmingham, we started drive time.
Yeah.
And then we were given the amazing opportunity, because obviously the radio station's huge, to do the breakfast show, and we were over the moon and a little bit shocked that they asked us, actually, to be honest. But yeah, we've been doing breakfast for about 3 or 4 years now, I think.
No, it's a real privilege. Like when we worked at previous, when you work in radio, there's certain radio stations you sort of keep an eye on and look at, and Free's one of those big city stations, and we were surprised when we got given the gig, weren't we? I was anyway.
Yeah. And how many listeners do you have?
3.
That's us then.
Yeah, just us.
Just us. That's
One
it.
of them's pregnant though, so we're hoping for 4 in the next 9 months. Yeah.
Fantastic. And what did you do before? Have you always been into radio?
Yeah, I wanted to. Came out of university and I trained as a journalist. So I wanted to be like John Simpson, going around the world, and my career went in a slightly different path to that. And no, I just started off reading the news. I was making tea in a radio station, and it was like there's like 3 people working there, and so when someone was off sick, they asked if I wanted to read the news. The first time I read the news, I was working in a call centre in Amazon. It was in Slough, and I bunked off for a week, and I read the news, and I realised that I was working at a really tin pot station, because an entire week on breakfast reading the news, and nobody knew that I wasn't off sick, that I'd been reading the news. Nobody listened.
That's a bit sad, isn't it, really?
It is, yeah.
And then did you get to travel doing that at all?
Well, around Slough I did, yeah.
Oh, was
I was
that
on
it?
all the big news stories around Slough.
Oh,
no,
so
I wanted to be, I genuinely wanted to be a war reporter, and so...
So you moved to Slough?
So I moved to Slough.
Good start, kids.
No, I'm not into Slate Slough. No, and so you just start off trying to read the news anywhere you can get a gig. You'll do anything for free, just get a gig anywhere, and then you get into commercial radio, and then another gig came up, and that was where I met John.
And then how did you meet? How did you two meet?
So I worked at a radio station in Reading, which is not too far from Warzone Slough. And as Giuliano said, he was reading my news, and the guy I was working with moved on to write for a newspaper, and we just naturally ended up working together.
And why do you think it works? Because it does work.
We've got a very unique thing, whereas other breakfast shows in the country, there are very few breakfast shows where the people actually get on. You know, what companies normally do is try and marry 2 people together, and actually, when the microphones are off, they don't speak. Whereas myself and Giuliano, are we still best friends? Like, we do get on really well, don't we?
Sometimes.
So you are a bit like
I annoy him. I know I annoy him. Well, I feel this is the perfect platform to talk about what it is that I do.
Marital problems.
Yeah, you're on the couch.
Yes, I feel I should be, discussing with you your marital problems.
Foxy worries that he annoys me way more than he actually does. He doesn't annoy me.
But we do get on.
We do.
I think that's really important, don't you, as when you're working with somebody? I mean, because you are known, as the radio version of Ant and Dec.
No, but I spend more time with him than I do with my wife.
Yeah.
She really
not
annoys
in similar
me.
ways, by the way. We have never kissed.
We have cuddled occasionally.
I do like a cuddle, actually.
Yeah, John. So he does like a cuddle.
Everybody likes a cuddle.
Yeah.
So that's fine. But do you find that when you're working together, do you just bounce off each other? Is there any scripts at all, or you just?
Again, it's very rare. We have no scripts whatsoever.
We can't read scripts properly. That's the truth.
We can read.
We can read, but reading the script is a real art to it. But that's that's being an actor. And quite frankly, we're not that good. But we can have a chat and we can have a laugh. And I think you can tell, listen to the radio when people are reading off a script, unless they're very, very good.
Yes.
It's a hard thing to do well.
Yeah, because you've got that natural. I think it's natural, isn't it? If you're just chatting, it'll come over naturally.
That's what we try and do. We don't always succeed. It's not always brilliant, but we do our best, yeah.
So what's the best part of your job? I'll ask you, Foxy, first. What's the best part of it?
Last Thursday, that's the best part of our job.
What happened?
What we did on Thursday.
What did we do?
We went out dressed as Batman and Robin.
Oh, I was going to ask you about that with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
So there's a chap going by the name of Brum Spider-Man. Look him up on Twitter if you haven't seen him already.
Brum Spider-Man, in case you misheard that.
Yeah.
Because you'll get very different things on Google search.
Yeah, you've got to be careful on Twitter, haven't you? And for the last few weeks, and we genuinely don't know his identity, he gets dressed up as Spider-Man and he goes out and he feeds the homeless around Birmingham city centre. So we heard about this and we said, you know, we wanted to promote what he's doing because that's a good thing, but we said, we'll come out with you, but only if we can dress up as Batman and Robin.
Fantastic.
And then we wanted the Only Fools and Horses yellow Robin Reliant Trotters Independent Traders
because
van.
of that famous
that
when
famous.
they did it, absolutely, yeah.
So last Thursday night, we rocked up at the car park at St Andrews. The security guard came out and said, what the hell's going on? Because of Spider-Man, Batman and Robin all standing in the car park. And we recreated that scene, and then so that was a bit of fun. And then we went out and we got some sandwiches which people had donated, and we went out and we helped out a little bit. And hopefully, the point of it.
Yes.
Look, we like to have a laugh, but actually, it's a serious point.
I was going to say.
He's doing a good thing, and he's trying to raise some serious issues.
It was very humbling when we had bags and bags of sandwiches, and a homeless couple, man and wife, came up, and we offered them more than one sandwich, and he said, no, I just want to take one because otherwise we're taking food from other homeless people. I was like, blimey, I would just be in that bag and eating those pastries, but yeah, he just took the one sandwich.
Did you know, this is something that we learned and we were completely ignorant to. So a lot of them, they if they can, if they've got the money together, they stay in a hostel for a couple of nights, and it costs 27 quid.
That's just...
Well, I thought that was staggering because, as someone pointed out,
I knew it was about that price.
I thought it was free, but yeah.
If you book early, you could actually get a travel lodge for cheaper than that. And
it is a crazy thing, isn't it? If you think about it.
You know, so it's as if their circumstances weren't tough enough already. You know, so he's doing a good thing, Brum Spider-Man, and if you can help him out, do it.
Fantastic. So who was Batman and who's Robin?
I was, of course, Batman.
There was no negotiation.
Yeah, there was
no negotiation.
No.
He would never let me be Batman.
Now you, Foxy, I understand, are going to get teamed up with Dee Kelly, who's also been on Cuppa TV.
All right.
Because you're trying to lose weight for your honeymoon, is that
right?
I
am, yes. I'm very unhappy being fat, and I blame my daughter Rosie, who's 2 years old, because since she was born, I've just not had time to do anything but eat cake. So I've got gradually fatter. Yeah, so White Dee was on the show, and it was an incentive which you'd organised.
Yeah, we knew he wanted to lose weight, and we saw that Dee was, well, I think since November, she had, at the time, this is about a month ago, 3 stone, and she's probably lost more since then.
She looked amazing when she came on the show.
Yeah, and so we said, look, if you can lose, your target's what, about 2 stone you've got to lose. If you can hit your target, we'll make a fitness DVD with White Dee. And a lot of people sort of looked at us and think it's, I don't know if they think it's a wind-up or if they think it's just ridiculous, but it's going to happen.
But you're going to do it. You are going to do it.
Well, if he hits the target weight, you've lost...
What's your target weight?
I've got to get down to 16.
16 stone?
Yeah. Okay. I'm unfortunate, my build, I'm very muscular.
But then, you know...
so I carry a lot of weight through muscle. But I just need to lose a stomach, yeah.
He's laughing. Why is he laughing?
I don't know.
It's just, is that what you have
I'm surprised he hasn't shown you his biceps yet. That's
We'll do that off air.
So what's the target? 10 weeks' time?
10 weeks, down to 16. How nice is White Dee as well?
Yeah, she is. She's lovely.
It was funny, we had some friends over the weekend, and then they'd come up from London, and it was interesting, the divide between people's opinion of Dee.
Yeah. Yes, I think when she came on Cuppa TV, I think she dispelled a lot of people's opinions of her, which I think is really great, you know, because, again, people always form opinions of people, don't they? And
well, I did. You know, I watched Benefit
yes,
Street, and I thought one particular thing, and it isn't, I mean, it's difficult for her, because unless she's going to meet, you know, 20 million people who are all writing on the Daily Mail website, writing those nasty comments that they do, unless you meet her, unless you know the whole story, yeah, it's difficult to get to know the real person.
Absolutely, absolutely. Right, guys, well, we've got to leave it there.
Is that it?
One quick question, though. What's next for you two? What do you do? Anything in the future that you're getting up to?
There's something that we're trying to do. We're seeing if we can make it happen. He's up for doing it. Do you remember Apache Indian?
Yes, I do.
You know, Gary Barlow said at the beginning of the year, I'm going to sing at 5 people's weddings.
Yes.
Just get in touch with me and beg and tell me why I'm great and stuff like that. Well, if people get in touch with us and tell us why Apache Indian should sing at your wedding, then you're in with a chance of him coming along and being the entertainment.
We'll have you back on the show and you can tell us all about it.
Yeah.
Fantastic. But guys, thank you so much.
Thank
Lovely
you.
to meet you both.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So we're going to take a quick break now, so come back and see us again in a minute. Welcome back to Cuppa TV. I'm now joined by a young man who has seen himself propelled to national stardom, all because he wanted to look like somebody else. He spent all his time and money and been on a roller coaster ride during the process to look like somebody called Joey Essex. Let's find out more. Please welcome Sam Barton. Sam, lovely to see you. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming on Cuppa TV.
No problem at all.
So, what brings you here? You've really had a really roller coaster ride, haven't you?
Yeah, it's been last 9-10 months have been absolutely crazy.
So, how did it all start, Sam?
How did it all start? I can't even remember where I was. I was just out and about. I think I was shopping and I bumped into a journalist. And I was just having my teeth done at the time, and she's like, "This is a brilliant story. We'd love to run it." This was for the Sun, and before I knew it, I was double page spread across the Sun, and everyone kind of wanted to speak to me.
And they tagged onto Joey Essex, didn't
Yeah,
they? They tagged onto your look-alike.
That was kind of a one-off comment that I made about my teeth. We looked at a couple of different people's teeth. It was Katie Price, Rylan, Joey Essex, and I said, I want Joey Essex's teeth.
Oh, so that's all it was. It was
And
just
that's all
a
it
comment,
was.
and that's it.
Still now I get called Joey Essex wannabe. I think it will stick forever.
But again, you've had your teeth whitened.
I've had them veneered. I've had 16 veneers, so they're not my teeth.
Fantastic. And let's talk about how much money have you spent?
Oh God,
Sam,
crazy
on
amounts,
yourself?
scary
Okay.
amounts. About £55,000. I think we've worked out. Yeah.
So tell us how much it cost what?
Right. Okay. Teeth.
Yes.
We start nearly £20,000.
Okay.
They were 17.5. Really funny story actually. When I went to have my teeth done, I went with £7.5 that I'd saved and saved and saved, and I was going to have a brace. And I walked in. I said, "I want my teeth like that." He said, "You can afford them. Like they're well out you." But I said, "No, I want them teeth. I'm having them teeth." And I ended up putting £7,500 down as a deposit, and then finding myself in £10,000 worth of debt because of the rest. So,
But do you like your teeth? I mean, are you happy with them?
I'm happy with them. I think I'd have them done again, just because, like decorating a house, I suppose you get bored of things and you want them different. So I would have them done again, but I do like them.
And what else have you had done?
I've had my nose done twice, believe it or not. I've had shed loads of Botox, fillers, lip fillers as well, in my face.
Yeah.
What else have I had done? Tanning injection.
A tanning injection?
I've had the tanning
what's
injection.
That?
Don't do it. It's the worst thing I've ever done. It's literally just an injection. You use it in conjunction with the sunbeds.
All right.
But it made me so ill. I passed out and all sorts.
Oh no.
So sick, yeah.
So you just go on a sunbed, but you have an injection before you go on a sunbed?
Yeah, just an injection, a mil a day every day, that you just inject yourself, and then you go on the sunbeds in conjunction with it, and as a result, you get brown, which is ultimately what we all want.
Now you've done what you've done, any regrets, Sam, on what you've done?
No, I wish I had my teeth done a little bit bigger. No regrets on what I've spent. I'll spend it again and again if I have to. No regrets.
Where did you suddenly wake up and think, I'm going to start changing my face? And did you look in the mirror and think that, or was it something that's come from...
Yeah, I was always unhappy with my image, always had been. And when I was 16, 17, I started using sunbeds and dyeing my hair and little things. And as I think surgery becomes more accessible to people and more easy to get, that's where the ball started rolling, and loads of pressures from magazines and TV shows such as The Only Way is Essex, but they've got the money, they've got the funding to do that kind of thing, as where at the time I didn't.
You didn't have the money. And do you think there is a lot of pressure on young people to look good, to make themselves look like perhaps famous people or people that are on the TV? Huge
amounts. If you watch TV shows like The X Factor, if you read about it in the paper, most of it is about which judge looked the best, and that's all people care about is how people look, and double page spreads in magazines of who's hot and who's not. And so I think there's massive pressure, massive pressure.
What would you say to somebody who's going to be going through the same, thinking, looking at you, watching this programme even, and saying, I want to do that? What would you say to them?
Make sure you're ready. I don't think there's no problem at all with having plastic surgery if you want to have it done, and if you're doing it for yourself as well. But just make sure you're ready to do it, definitely.
I think you've just said do it for yourself. I think.
Yeah.
Do you think that's really important?
Yeah, really important. I think so many young people now have surgery for the sake of having surgery because it's become almost a fashion accessory.
It has become popular, hasn't it? Particularly in younger
really
people,
popular.
actually.
And there's adverts for it on TV now and everything, because where 10 years ago you'd never get an advert saying come and have plastic surgery with us, would you?
Do you think there's a danger then that there's more people going to be sort of doing it, and then maybe you're not going to someone who's got the credibility perhaps to do it, have it done properly?
I think it's so addictive. It's so addictive, like anything can be. And I think that's a problem with it, because once you fix one thing, you notice something else. And if you're not really, strong-minded, then you can find yourself in a rocky road.
It is a bit like decorating a house, isn't it? Because you decorate one room and you go out to that room and think, this room needs doing now.
And then by the time you finish a whole house, you start at the first room again.
And but you know it's addictive.
Yeah.
So again, that for you then, what else is going to be done?
Oh, where should we start? There is nothing. Me and my management were talking about this the other day. We're like, so what's next? And I said, there's nothing that I wouldn't have done.
Really?
There's absolutely nothing, apart from my boobs, obviously, because I haven't got any. But there's nothing I wouldn't have done. I want to have my nose done again. It's been a year last week since my last nose job, so I'm ready to have another one now. And vapor lipo as well, so like sculpting my body.
What's vapor lipo?
It like fake abs basically. So you get abs without going to the gym, and I'm so lazy, so lazy. I'd rather have the vapor lipo and eat a cheeseburger. So.
I mean, where has it taken you from when you've done all of this plastic surgery now, Sam? And it's been, you have been on an amazing journey. Are you happy with where it's got you?
I'm happy with where it's getting me. I'm not ultimately where I want to be yet. And my confidence is 10 times better. I've got an old friend from school with me today, and if you ask her, she'll tell you that I never would have done something like this 5-10 years ago, because I just wouldn't have had the confidence to do it.
So that's fantastic.
Yeah.
But I mean, with all that though, there's come a cost, hasn't there? It's taken all of your money, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So, tell us about that. How has that affected your life?
At one point, I was in £30,000 worth of debt, which obviously is not just a worry for myself, a worry for my parents and my family. But it was kind of sacrificing my financial situation for my mental stability, and that was something that had to weigh up. But yeah, a lot of debt. We've had to consider going bankrupt. Obviously, it's something we're trying to avoid, which obviously keeps myself and my manager extremely stressed.
Yes, I could imagine. And there's also talk of suing the NHS for your nose.
There has been talk about it. Again, it's something that we're not too sure on yet. We've had endless amounts of people come and saying, you've got a really good case, no win, no fee, we can help you out. But it's something we'll think about a little later down the line when we're less busy, I suppose.
Now, talking of busy, so what's next then for you, Sam? What are you doing? What's the future?
I literally come out of here today and pretty much straight away start filming for an MTV TV show.
Oh, fantastic. Does anybody else know that?
No, this is an exclusive.
I love exclusives on Cuppa TV.
Yeah, MTV with Vicky Patterson from Geordie Shore.
Oh, how exciting.
So, and she's such a laugh. She's such great fun.
So what are you going to be doing? Is it your own show or is it?
There's going to be a couple of other people involved. It's kind of showing Vicky an insight to my life and what I get up to. So I'm going to take her and have some Botox done and whatever else and show the ropes of all that.
Fantastic. So is it a series or?
It's going to be a 6-part series. I'm not too sure how much involvement I've got throughout the 6 episodes, but it's taken up a lot of time. So I'd imagine it's quite
fantastic. So I mean, are you looking forward to that?
I can't. I love Vicky as well. We get on so well. So I'm looking forward to just having a laugh. It's like workout work, isn't it? So.
And then what about, we've also heard rumours of Big Brother.
Oh, have we?
Can we share any of those rumours? Can you give me an exclusive of that on Cuppa TV?
Do you know, I wish they'd tell me. I wish, the other day I read something in the paper and it said, a quote from Sam's manager, and I rang my manager, I was like, what's this about? And he was like, I don't know. So I don't know, I can't say anything. I don't know.
Can't say anything, so may or may not be.
Maybe.
If they asked you, yes, tune and find out. Would you like to do it?
If they asked me,
yes.
I don't know, maybe. I think I'd go crazy in there.
Yeah.
It depends, well, it depends on the feed, doesn't it, I suppose.
You might be able to get your things that you wanted.
Yeah.
But I mean, so you see yourself doing the MTV, so do you see yourself in the future doing more TV shows?
Yeah,
Sam, is that what you'd like to do?
I have loads of fun with TV, and people get to see you as a person as well, don't they, opposed to what they read, because what you read is not always, well, sometimes slightly inaccurate, isn't it?
Yeah.
By the time Chinese whispers as
Yes.
it goes throughout different people. So
Absolutely, I think you're right there, because people do, they read something in the newspaper, then they have a perception of you.
Yeah.
Then when you go on television, you can actually, especially our reality show,
yeah.
you can then show them the real you, really.
yeah, and
So-
they can make up their mind.
So if anybody's looking at the show today and looking at what you've done,
Yeah.
would you definitely say yes, go ahead and do it?
Go ahead and do surgery or
Yes,
sue the
yeah.
NHS or have it on.
Okay, which
do
one
you
should we pick?
Avoid having it at the NHS at all costs unless you've got an extremely thick skin. That's what I'd say. But yeah, if you think it's going to make you happy, it's not. It's not going to ruin your life.
Fantastic.
And most of it's reversible anyway. So
Excellent.
crack on. That's
well,
what I'd
Sam,
say.
it's been so good to meet you.
And
Thank you so much
thank you
for
so
coming.
much. I've been so looking forward to doing this as well.
Thank you,
so.
and come back again
I will do.
after you've done the MTV.
100% let you know how I
and
get
let
on.
me know how you get on.
I
That'd be
will do.
fantastic. Thanks so
Okay,
much.
thank you.
So that's it for today. I'd like to thank all of my guests for joining me. If you'd like to get in touch with us, please do, either on Facebook or Twitter at Big Centre TV, or you can email the show. Come back and join us soon. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
I know you know better. Let's just say you're my right chick tonight.